And then another question that I've had recently is, will the codes that you teach on A Seat at the Table help me in my romantic relationships, as well as friendships and work-based relationships and family relationships? Yes, yes, yes. A Seat at the Table and The Art of Conscious Communication, which follows on from A Seat at the Table, both of those programs absolutely will support you with all different types of relationship dynamics. But specifically coming back to the romantic relationship dynamics, what often happens is when we are attracted to somebody, right, the Queen's Constitution goes out the window, right? Because when it comes to friendships, that's a much easier playground to get clear on what type of friendships you're looking for, how you want to feel when you spend time with friends, what you want to kind of like, how nourished you want to be, in what ways you want to be nourished, whether that's friends that you have like creative interests in common with, and you go into the recording studio together, or you paint together, or me and my co-facilitator on the Tantra, we have a lot of fun creating programs and workshops together, right? So with friends, it's kind of much easier to be like, oh, this is what I'm looking for. This is what I want to feel. These are the qualities I'd like to attract, you know. But then when it comes to romantic relationships, as soon as there's a physical attraction, we often overlook a multitude of sins, right? Because we're like, oh, well, maybe they'll stop doing that, or maybe I can like train them out of that behavior, or maybe, you know, once they feel a bit more grounded in themselves, maybe this part of them will develop. And so all of those things may be true, by the way. You know, people are also growing and expanding and developing all the time alongside us that we get into relationships with. However, my belief is, you know, you kind of have to take people as they are currently and see whether what they can currently offer is going to be the right match for what you need, right? For the good of both you and the other person. And so A Seat at the Table, when you do your Queen's Constitution, and you apply that same criteria when new romantic relationships are looming on the horizon, you can do a little inventory and be like, does this person seem to be matching this criteria? Like, am I getting the feeling that this person is at a similar level of soul evolution to me? And if you apply that criteria, you are 100% going to be attracting the right type of romantic relationships as well. So I found that the more clear I've got on my criteria, the more I'm meeting people in that context as well, where I can see which of those qualities they've got. I can see which of those qualities they might be still developing, right? And then I can make an informed choice about whether this feels like the right opportunity for me to expand into this romantic relationship with a much more evolved level of consciousness of what I'm looking for.